Wi-Fi right there.
Okay.
I have a good inspection of the nadir side, and I have a good inspection. Both sides are passing inspection. No sides, all clear. Okay.
Great inspection, both sides of the spare. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the scoop is pointing the wrong way. Okay, I got it.
You got it?
I have control.
You have control. I'm letting go.
I've got control.
Yep, I'm letting go. All right,
I'm actually going to just start moving towards soft dock because I'm very well aligned.
Yep, please go for it. Go slow. I'm ready to it. Looks pretty good. One of the EDFs popped in.
Okay, I'll just pause where I am and I'll wait for you because I can't.
Yep, it's number 1. I can see it popped in. So.
Okay. I'm in a good position. We're lined up. I'm just at, a few more inches to go.
Copy.
I can see 4 clear EDFs. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yep, I just got a little roll. Pulling one all the way out. One's all the way out.
Okay, let's push down.
Yeah.
I see good. See, soft dock is aligned. Doesn't feel like it's very tight in that soft dock.
No, I got an EDF in. I got 1 pushed in.
Okay, copy. I can push in 4.
Pushed it 2. And I pushed in 6.
Copy.
Okay, now. Okay, I've got 5. And 5 all the way pushed in. 4 is not going in all the way.
Oh, yeah. You just needed a little wiggle, and it got all the way in.
I see a small gap still between the 2 washers.
Copy.
Okay, I think it's fully in now. All right, 5, 4, and 3 are in.
All right, outstanding work, you two. I'm tracking all EDFs pushed in on both sides, correct?
Affirm.
Affirm, yep.
All right. Now we'll need you to both retrieve your PGTs, and we will be driving our EDFs in a star pattern. The first bolt I have listed is for Jess with the ERAD PGT, and that's EDF 4.
Okay.
Copy. Need Chris's help to get
Stand by. It's been a little stubborn with this ATFR.
And as you can see on your screen there, the joint has been soft docked to the Canadarm 2. Williams and Meir are now going to work together using their pistol grip tool to secure the joint on the arm.
Can you grab the PGT?
Almost. Okay, I got it.
You got it. I'm going to control the bag here.
Okay. The bag. Let me know if you think it's best to lock out the...
Let me just pull the bag over to me. Okay.
And can you keep an eye on the ret for the PGT? That it doesn't...
I can, yep, it's in a good spot.
Okay. Jenny, setting?
Alpha 7, clockwise 2, EDF 4.
F4. Alpha 7. Clockwise 2 is set.
Good readback. You can drive
This will be
approximately 11 turns at the PGT.
copy.
Chris, you can get set up for EDF 1.
Copy. All right, I'm just going to maintain control of this bag for a moment.
Copy.
had exactly 11 turns. I have good green light, and my torque is 9.2. 4.
Copy. That was EDF 4. Good light, 11 turns, and a torque of 9.2. Next bolt is Chris's bolt, EDF 1. Let me know when you're ready for settings.
Yeah, I got to let go of this bad guess. I'm going to do this, or I can try to see if I can just tether it to me.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest, using that outside.
Yeah, I'll use the integral, and I'll just...
There's a large, small adjustable. And there's an integral.
Yeah. Okay, I've got my PGT, and I've got deeper settings.
Bravo 2, clockwise 2.
Bravo 2, clockwise 2, and we're going for EDF number 1.
A-firm, expect 5.5 turns. Jess, you can get set for EDF 5, but do not start.
All right, starting turns.
And Williams now working to secure joint number 5 on the Canadarm 2.
Okay, that was 5.5 turns. Green light, 16.0 on the torque.
Copy. Good turns on EDF 1. You can get in position, but do not start EDF 2.
Copy.
I'm ready for 5.
You can start turns on EDF 5, 11 turns at the PGT.
Copy. Torqued out after 8 turns on the PGT. I have a good green light, and I have 9.0.
Copy. That was
Looks fully in.
8 turns. We'll call that good for our initial turns on EDF 5. You can get set up for EDF 3.
Copy.
Okay, I'm set up on EDF 2.
You can start on EDF 2, approximately
Ready to start
5.5 turns. Your go.
Copy. That was only 3.5 turns, and I got a... I think it popped out of position. Yeah, somehow it popped into cow.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to continue.
A-firm, we can give you settings again if needed, and we'll hit that EDF again.
Yep, Bravo 2, counter 2.
Good read back. And Chris, can we clarify that you have clockwise 2?
Sorry, clockwise 2, yes. Okay, and I got an additional 1.5 turns, 16 on the torque, and a green light on number 2.
All right, we will call that good for now on EDF 2. Nice work. Jess, we are ready for EDF 3.
Starting 3.
Jess, well, you're turning EDF 3. Chris, your new settings are Bravo 7, clockwise 2.
Copy, Bravo 7, clockwise 2.
And Jenny, I torqued out at only 6 turns. I have fall to red torque and a torque of only 2.7. Do you see that the does look like it's fully installed?
Copy. We will have you
Need to wait for a retorque or
drive that bolt again.
copy?
We're continuing to get some views of NASA astronaut Chris Williams in that spacesuit on your screen with the red stripe signifying that he is EV1 for this spacewalk. He's utilizing the pistol grip tool, which has been used pretty frequently during today's spacewalk to demate bolts, and now the duo is working to complete that process in the reverse. Now they are reinstalling bolts since the joint number 5 has been reattached to the International Space Station. This was a spare that was already on board the space station.
All right.
9.1, 3 miles.
Thank you, Jess. We are happy with that EDF. That's a good torque. It sounds like Chris needs the ERAD for his next bolt, which is EDF 6. We will have you pass him your PGT, and we'll have new settings.
Have the PGT?
He has a PGT.
Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
And here on your screen we have a really great visual comparison of the 2 pistol grip tools being utilized today. One of them on the right has that special mechanism to utilize those bolts and get them removed and reattached.
Correction. Chris, we would actually like this to be Bravo 2, clockwise 2.
Bravo 2, clockwise 2. Copy that.
Should be what was set.
I've got Bravo 2. It was an alpha, I think.
Oh, that was, my initial was Alpha, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, Alpha 7.
Let's see. Yeah.
Chris, as a reminder for EDF 6, we can do the 5.5 turns and then stay on the bolt and re-trigger until we get less than a quarter turn.
Yeah, let me see if I can...
I also think, Chris, if you rolled more, you could easily get it, because you're much more vertical than I am.
Yeah, I do need to... I think I just need to roll. Yeah, it's just hard because I don't really have anything to roll on. So I'm going to pass you back to this ERAD.
Got it.
And this view from NASA astronaut Jessica Meir's helmet cam of Chris Williams as he works to secure that final bolt. We're getting a view of Earth behind as the International Space Station flies over the Pacific Ocean.
It goes without saying here,
Minimally, I think.
you guys are doing a great job, so get into the body position you think you need.
And we also have a pretty great view of the International Space Station solar arrays. You see 2 sets of rays, one kind of stacked on top of another. That shorter array is the International Space Station rollout solar array, and is the newer, more upgraded solar arrays to provide additional power to the International Space Station, despite being smaller in size.
Okay.
All right, Chris, if you're using your
I've got my
PGT,
wobble out.
then your settings are Bravo 7, clockwise 2.
I've got Bravo 7 set.
Copy. You can drive EDF 6, 5.5 turns, and then re-trigger until you get less than a quarter turn.
Copy, 5.5 and then re-triggering.
And back to utilizing the pistol grip tool to get that final bolt driven onto the spare joint on the Canadarm2, that 5th joint that had a malfunction on May 27th.
Okay, that was not 5.5 turns. That was like 4 turns, and I got low torque. Headlight.
Copy. We will have you drive EDF 6
re-trigger.
again.
What are my settings?
Bravo 2, clockwise 2.
Got another half turn.
Bravo 2, clockwise 2.
Yep, I got another half turn, 25.4, green light.
Copy, Chris. We'll have you re-trigger until you get less than a quarter turn.
Copy.
And we are now approaching the 4-hour, 20-minute mark of today's spacewalk, the 280th in support of space station maintenance, assembly, and upgrades, the third of 2026, and the third of Expedition 74. NASA astronaut Chris Williams is completing his second spacewalk today. You see him there continuing to utilize that pistol grip tool to install the spare joint on the Canadarm2. NASA astronaut Jessica Meir is completing her 5th spacewalk of her career today.
Okay. So torque, I think I got a wobble.
Yes, I think that you need to move the PGT a little bit toward me.
Yeah, it's just not
A little bit up. There you go.
I'm in a great bracing position. There we go. Green light, 25.4, less than a quarter turn.
Great work. Jess, you can drive EDF 4. We'll expect this to be under half a turn, or re-trigger till you get under half a turn.
Copy. Oh, looks like my PGT is turned off again, too.
Copy. Chris, you can get positioned for EDF 1.
Copy, EDF 1.
Okay, I've got a good cal. The LED test battery, 39.5.
Copy.
That was clockwise 2.
Bravo 2, clockwise 2.
C6. Okay, starting turns on bolt 4.
Copy.
Got a half of a turn. Green light, 16.3.
Copy. We will re-trigger till we get under half a turn.
Copy. About an eighth of a turn. Green light, 16.6.
Copy. That's a good bolt. Chris?
Let's say less than the eighth, actually. Like.
Chris, you can drive EDF 1.
Yep, I'm ready to...
Re-trigger until you get under a quarter turn. Jess, position.
EDF 1, Bravo 7, counter 2.
Copy. Jess, position for EDF 5.
Copy.
Okay, first re-trigger was a quarter turn, second re-trigger was under a quarter turn. Green light, 25.3.
Copy. That's a good bolt. You can get positioned, but do not drive EDF 2.
I'm ready for 5. Driving now.
Go.
That was less than a quarter of a turn. Green light, 15.9.
Copy. That is a good bolt. Chris, you are go to drive EDF 2, and Jess, get positioned for EDF 3.
Copy. I'm working my position. I can't get it from this roll on 2, so I'm going to have to re-roll.
Copy.
I'm in position on 3, but you want me to wait for him to do his first?
Stand by. This bag is getting in a not great spot.
Affirm, Jess.
Copy. So in the pool, the bag was so nice on the aft side, huh? Or the forward side is our.
Yeah. All right, I'm trying to manage this bag and re-ingress. Okay, I'm back in. Just try to tuck the bag behind the scoop. See if that will kind of temp hold it back there.
Also wire tie it if you need it.
And we copy. That looks really good, Chris.
Copy. All right, I got Bravo 7, clockwise 2. And in position.
Copy. Drive EDF 2, and then retrigger until you get under a quarter turn.
Okay, getting rid of the wobble. Okay, that was a quarter turn still. Retriggering one more time. Okay, I got a collar error. Stand by. Okay, clockwise 2, Bravo 7.
Good settings.
Okay, that was less than quarter turn, green light, 25.5.
Okay, that is a good bolt for EDF 2. Jess, you can drive EDF 3, and then retrig till less than half a turn on the PGT. Chris, you can stow your PGT and verify that the EDF lanyards cannot be extracted.
Copy, it didn't work.
Got about a half a turn, so I did one more, and it was less than a quarter of a turn. I did get a false red torque.
All right, we'll hit that bolt again, Jess.
Copy. Okay, again, that was less than a quarter of a turn. Green torque, 16.1.
Okay.
Copy. That is a good EDF, Jess. We will have you do the same. Check the pull lanyards and make sure that your EDF cannot be extracted.
And I got 3 good pull checks. Cannot be extracted on 6, 2, and 1.
Okay, and I can verify the same for 3, 4, and 5.
Nice work, you two. Jess, get in position for the joint 5 mate demate bolts. I have new settings for you. And Chris, remove the square scoop and stow it on your mini workstation.
See and work.
Can you give me those new settings first before I get into position?
Alpha 2, clockwise 3.
Alpha 2, clockwise 3.
Good read back.
And we have now surpassed the 4-hour, 30-minute mark into today's spacewalk by NASA astronauts Chris Williams and Jessica Meir. So you can tell from this view on your screen, they're continuing to work to install that spare wrist joint on the Canadarm2.
Copy. Expect 70 turns at the PGT.
Today's spacewalk is the 280th in support of space station maintenance, assembly, and upgrades, and is the second for Williams and the 5th for Meir. And this view now from NASA astronaut Jessica Meir's helmet cam, looking across the way at NASA astronaut Chris Williams, who's serving as EV1 during today's spacewalk, wearing that spacesuit with the red stripe on it. We're about halfway through a day pass of the International Space Station. The space station does orbit the Earth every 90 minutes, so a sunrise and a sunset is seen every 45 minutes. The space station flies about 250 to 260 statute miles above the Earth at a speed of 17,500 miles per hour and has been continuously crewed since the year 2000. In that time, 292 visitors have spent time on the International Space Station, living, working, and contributing to key science that is a stepping stone for NASA's Artemis program as we return to the Moon and on to Mars.
All right, excellent work, Jess. You can tend your PGT back to the bag, and then you'll be removing your square scoop from the spare joint and stowing it on your mini workstation.
Okay, copy. And for retology here for this scoop, I can just use a mini workstation ret, and I'm going to use it on the lead anyway.
Affirm, this is the scoop that you will be installing on joint 6 microsquare, so mini workstation's appropriate.
Okay, copy. I have a ret on it.
Nice work.
And it's released.
Copy.
And we did get confirmation that the spare joint, that joint number 5 on the Canadarm2, has been successfully installed. All of the bolts have been driven.
Chris, we'll think about how we're going to pass this failed. Given my body position right now, passing behind would actually be easier.
Okay.
But I don't know if you would need to do that.
Yeah, I think I would definitely need to roll to do that.
Yeah, the way this procedure is written, just so that you have what the nominal plan was going to be, after Chris removes the scoop from the installed joint and tends it to his mini workstation, he's going to roll to a more vertical position, and then you're going to work together to stow that failed joint on the mutt ball stack mutt.
Okay, so that will make the pass-off quite difficult because I'm in this forward position. And I probably don't want to take a foot out to try to get more distance when I have the sails on me.
Copy.
Do you agree with that?
Short handover.
Maybe, Chris, I can get it. You're looking at me?
Yeah.
Maybe I can get it into the right hand and get it far enough away.
And we are in a short handover period between our satellites, but will regain communication and view here shortly. Here in Mission Control Houston, the team is being led by NASA Flight Director Fiona Ankoviak during this Orbit 2 shift. Serving as as ground IV for today's spacewalk is Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jenny Gibbons. You may recognize her voice from the Artemis 2 mission, where she served as the Capcom for the Artemis 2 crew.
You have a scoop to put on now.
Right.
Let me get that ready.
So, I'm going to release my DRT. Okay. Out of my DRT.
I stand by. My scoop ready.
Houston
I'm stable.
is back with you, and we agree with the plan.
You just let me know what direction to move it toward you.
Okay, let me just get this knotted.
With the Joint 5 successfully removed and then installed with the spare that was on board the International Space Station, both Williams and Meir are working to temporarily stow the failed joint.
I can arrest the rate.
Okay.
This joint will be brought back inside the International Space Station with them to be sent down to the ground for analysis and possible refurbishment.
Yep. I'm getting the scoop on. I'm just going to get it on as best I can, I think.
Yep.
And then capture. All right, scoop is on and locked.
Okay.
I got control with the scoop.
Okay, and you have a ret on
I have a ret on it.
Okay, so let's leave it where it is right now, so I'll remove my ret.
Copy, you remove your ret. I got it held.
My ret's removed. You have control.
I've got control. Leaning back with it.
Nice work, you two. Chris, we will have you stow the failed joint in the mutt ball stack mutt. We suggest that you stow the unretted scoop in the jaws.
Doing my best. Yep.
Once this joint is temporarily placed by our crew members, the next task for them will be to head back over to the work site where the lee, or that latching end effector, is temporarily sewed in order to grab it and be able to reinstall it on the end of the cannon arm 2.
Okay, I'll give you that before I get out. Half is dry. Plug unchanged.
Yeah, I'm having a tough reach here. I thought I had it in, but the jaws closed.
Copy, Chris, and if that reach is challenging, either scoop can be in the jaws. It's just a preference.
Yeah, I just, the mutt jaws triggered closed, so I'm trying to...
So if you want, I can take control again if you need for me to reopen them.
That would be great.
Okay.
Coming back to you.
Okay, the scoop's facing the wrong direction. Okay, I've got control.
You got control. All right, I'm leaning back.
I've got control. Just remember it's read it to you.
Yeah.
So.
Super tough reach for me. I'm just gonna go slow. Okay, I got the scoop again.
All right, you have the scoop, you have control?
I got control. I'm taking it.
Don't count any more port.
Yep. I have like a foot to go, and I'm like, oh. Try reorienting this way. I can't see.
I might be able to guide you in, but actually I don't know. I don't think so. Count any more port?
I'm still. Let me think this through.
Hold them out closer to you.
Trying.
Super, thank you.
Looks better. You got it.
Oh no, not quite. That's what happened before. Jaw's not quite closed.
Change the angle a little bit to get them to close.
Oh, come on. I can't do it from this APFR position, I don't think.
Do you think it would be easier if you come out of the APFR and do it free flow or with a BRT?
Here we go.
Got it?
The jaws are just not, or the mud jaws are just not popping. It's like in the jaws, they're just not closed. And I can't reach around it.
Chris, we know this reach is super tough. Jess, if you think you can help from outside the APFR, your next actions are still to egress and reset the roll.
I got it. Got it.
Nice job.
Oh.
Great job, Chris. We know that was really hard.
All right, and we're locked.
All right, gold medal of the day. We copy. We now need to do a ret swap, Chris. So you'll be attaching the temp-stowed ret that's on the ball stack to the joint tether point, and then you'll be taking the free scoop with you on your mini workstation to install in the Lee cluster.
Okay, so I'm going to take the scoop that is not in the mud off right now.
Copy.
No, I got to do the other order first.
Copy. That's just fine.
Okay.
And with that, we did have Chris Williams successfully get the failed joint temporarily stowed.
Can you confirm that you rolled your APFR to Lima?
Negative. I'm about to do it.
Copy. Thank you.
A reminder. And I'm in Lima.
Copy. That's a good APFR config.
And I think, Chris, I'm going to get into exactly the same position I was in. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think that worked out really well.
And Jenny, I have to put this scoop on joint 6 first, correct? And what's the orientation again?
The orientation is the handle pointing forward, and you will leave your mini workstation attached so that you are the first tether to the lead cluster when we remove it.
Okay, ret from the mutt is attached to sailed at the egress to go do that. I'm going to get back in a good position.
All right, sounds great. And your next steps were out of the APFR anyway, so no issue.
Okay, and then I'm going to retrieve the other scoop.
Good, next steps.
Scoop is retrieved and back on my workstation.
Copy, Chris. That sounds good. As you translate to the aft side of ESP2, I will take a glove inspection and HAP check, and then I have big picture words for you both.
And translation to get started. And EV1 has a dry app and nominal glove.
Copy. Good checks for you, Chris, for HAP and gloves. You guys ready for an update?
Ready.
All right. First of all, nice work. You guys really smashed that. We are just over 4 hours and 45 minutes into this EVA. We have 2 hours of content remaining to reinstall the Lee cluster. We have talked down here, and we will extend the EVA time for this category of task to 7 hours. We want to get your concurrence with that, with the remaining tasks before we continue. Otherwise, I can tell you that you are 35 minutes down on the timeline, and limiting consumable is EV2 battery, 7 hours, 30 minutes.
Copy all. And Jessica, I'm okay with extending. How are you feeling?
All right.
I am in lock design. This one that the bayonet fitting kind of, impact the angular structure. It seems to be moving a little bit more like a sort of bayonet than the other.
And with the failed joint successfully removed off of the Canadarm2, our spacewalking duo of NASA astronauts Chris Williams and Jessica Meir are now going to work to reinstall the latching end effector onto that joint of the International Space Station. The removed joint, which is temporarily stowed, is going to be brought back inside the International Space Station and eventually sent to the ground for further analysis and possible refurbishment.
All right, sounds good. And Chris, one more item for you. We think your HECA was inadvertently bumped off. Could we get a check that you push the button back on, please?
I'm a little bit tangled on
A-firm? That is whenever able. Thank you, Chris.
Both Meir and Williams are working to make their way over to that latching end effector they temporarily stowed earlier following its removal. We are 4 hours and 48 minutes into today's spacewalk, which began at 7:20 a.m. Central Time this morning. Today's spacewalk is the 280th in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades.
Houston copies, Jess. Copy. TCV of 4 for you, Jess. Nice work, Chris. Chris, as you're getting in position here, my first task for you is to install the square scoop handle forward.
Okay. I got my head back on.
Copy, thank you.
Lights are a little wiggle. I don't know if maybe they've bumped off. I don't know. When you back up, I'll build you, but your straps are nice and taut, so I expect no problem. Okay, what's going on with the handle station forward?
Good read back.
I'm going to get my DRT down first.
Copy.
Jenny, we're coming into a sunset here.
Sunset is a firm.
I just wanted to get a read on how long it was, just so I can figure out the right visor settings before we have.
Yeah, of course. We're tracking about maybe 13 or 14 minutes till sunset.
Okay, and then it'll last for?
Around 30 minutes.
Okay, copy.
A view from inside Mission Control Houston here at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. As we approach the 5-hour mark of today's spacewalk, we're now at 4 hours and 53 minutes. So far, NASA astronauts Chris Williams and Jessica Meir have stepped through a number of procedures in today's spacewalk, including retrieving the spare joint from outside the International Space Station, removing the latching end effector cluster and temporarily stowing it outside the space station, removing the failed joint, the joint number 5 on the Canadarm2, and installing the spare joint on the arm. At this point, the duo is translating or making that way to the area where the latching end effector was temporarily installed in order to place it back on the Canadarm2 following the successful installation of the joint number 5 spare. This is the last major task for our crew members today. The International Space Station has been continuously crewed for over 25 years. As part of that, the mission control team here in Houston has also been continuously crewed, supporting the crew on orbit 24/7, 365 days a year.
After a brief LOS.
Copy. I've got my scoop on, handle facing forward, and I'm getting in position to release some EDFs.
Perfect.
And I am ready for just settings and confirmation of steps.
All right, your PGT settings are Bravo 7, Counter 2, and you will be releasing all of the EDFs that we drove in for the temp stow. So that's 4, 5, and 6, 5.5 turns each, and then pull them out.
Copy that. I'm going to start on 4. I've got Bravo 7, Counter 2 at, and 5.5 turns and pull them out. Need to start turns.
Copy.
And with that, Williams has made his way over to the temp stow location for the latching end effector and is now going to use that same pistol grip tool utilized earlier to temporarily install the latching end effector to this location to uninstall it in order to reinstall it back onto the Canadarm2.
And that is fully extracted. I will note on 4, one of the lanyards appears to have broken. One of the retaining lanyards. The other one is still intact.
Copy. One of the lanyards is broken on 4, but you were able to release that EDF. We are good to continue. Let's release 5 or 6 and just make sure Jess has control still before you release the final EDF.
Copy.
I have control, but I can't come fast enough to have 2 hands on it. I only have 1 hand on it, like we did the install. But if we start moving slowly and you have a hand on, we'll be okay.
Okay, copy that. I'm just getting repositioned to do the other EDFs. Okay, doing 6 next.
Copy. 6 next.
Bravo 7, Counter 2 is set.
Good settings.
Five and a half turns. This is released.
Copy. That was EDF 6 released.
And 6 is pulled.
Copy. EDF 6 pulled out. You are go for the last EDF when Jess is ready.
Copy.
I'm ready.
Gonna reposition my BRT here. That I can control somewhat when we pull this out. Jessica, I'm currently redded to the scoop.
Oh my, you can release me that.
I release my red, sorry.
Affirm.
We agree.
I have your red handy for our swap.
Yep.
We are now nearing the 5-hour mark into today's spacewalk to swap out a failed joint on the Canadarm2. So far that has been successfully completed, and the crew members are on their last major task of the day, which includes releasing the Lee cluster, that latching end effector, from its temp stow location and moving it back to the Canadarm2 and reinstalling it in that location. Once that is complete, the Canadarm will be powered on to test electrical connections, and further testing of the arm and its performance will be completed throughout this week. Additionally, the failed joint, that joint number 5, will be brought back inside the International Space Station alongside Williams and Meir today to be sent to the ground for further analysis and understanding of the issue and possible refurbishment.
Let me try this body position.
As we have mentioned a couple times during this spacewalk, the arm was designed with replaceable components and planned maintenance in mind and has been functioning well for over 25 years of continuous operations. So repairs to the robotic arm like the Canadarm2 are normal and expected after more than 25 years.
Good settings.
Now, can't get wobble socket, it's too long.
And from this view, we can tell that the International Space Station is beginning to move into a night pass. The space station flies at 17,500 miles per hour and orbits the Earth every 90 minutes, seeing a sunset every 45 minutes and a sunrise every 45 minutes.
Are you going to be able to just hold it and play some soft dock while I shimmy around it?
I can't reach the second scoop. So, well, yeah, I just can. Yeah, I think so. I think I can.
Okay. I should be able to.
I need your help getting it up.
Yep, I can do that.
But after that, I think I'll be okay.
Okay. Yep, I'm ready to turn.
Okay.
The space station is currently flying 267 statute miles over the South Atlantic Ocean, approaching the tip of South Africa.
And extracted.
Copy.
It should be loose. I see 3 loose EDFs on the back here.
I can see 3. I can see 4.
Okay. I'm just going to restow my PGT, and then I'm going to help you get this out.
See?
If you're interested in watching the International Space Station fly over the area of the world where you live, you can check out our Spot the Station app as well as our website and enter in your coordinates to see when the space station will be flying overhead.
Control. I have good control.
You have good control.
Yeah, you can stop there.
All right, I'm stopped here. Okay.
I'm in a good position.
You got it held. You have control.
In control. I have control.
All right, I'm letting go, and I'm coming a bit forward. Locking my BRT in. Okay, I got another hand on it.
Okay. Are you going to go around to the front?
Okay, do you want to move it forward at all, or you want to keep it where it is?
All right, stand by. Do you have control?
I have control.
Or one hand?
I got one
Let me
hand.
just tighten this up a little.
Yep.
I am comfortable where I am.
Okay.
So I'm just going to hold it here.
All right, you hold it there. I'm going to come around forward. I'm letting go.
Okay, I got it.
You got it.
I've got it.
And with that, the latching end effector that was temporarily stowed has now been set free. The crew members are going to work to reposition it and reinstall it on top of that joint number 5 that they swapped out with a spare that was already on board the International Space Station.
Station Houston on 347. Jack, a couple things. So first of all, you have an activity later after the EVA regarding the microorganism. That will be aborted. We won't be able to get to.
Okay, I'm back on the forward side.
Great.
My feathers caught on something. Let me just go back and free it.
Let's think about the same position you were in, because the next move will be you holding and me getting into the APFR. So it'll want to be a position where you have max reach to me in the APFR.
Copy that, and stand by my safety tether, these frame handrails, just as well as grabbing it.
He's been following along. We agree with the plan. Chris, once you are in that good position with a BRT down, we suggest this is a RET swap.
Sounds like a great idea.
And just a reminder to watch that RET in your helmet area.
Copy.
And here we can see on our screen NASA astronaut Chris Williams. Again, that Lee or latching end effector that was removed previously and then temporarily stowed has been removed from the temporary stow location and is now in the process of being reinstalled by Williams and Meir.
Getting set up for my later positioning. My VRT in here.
And you are seeing a view of what is called the terminator line on the top right of your screen there. That is as the International Space Station completes a day-to-night pass or night-to-day pass, and is the little bit of light fading, very similar to a sunset that we would see here on Earth.
Okay, yep, I'm staying here, working my VRT.
Copy, Chris. And it looks like you're getting into a good position. A reminder that ingress aid is kind of up against your PLIS. If it stops you, of course, you can stow it.
Copy that.
That RET is around your cuff checklist.
Thank you.
Watch your helmet.
Yep.
Is your on the leaf?
Yep. Okay, let me. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna stow this ingress aid. Okay. Where scoop.
So I'm going to have to swing it around more if you're ready.
And well, you just rigidize with cords.
And just one double check, I assume we're well clear pushing forward to the arm, but I
Negative. You're almost touching it.
Okay. I can't see that, so...
So rotate the lead more. Bring the whole thing a little... rotate the lead towards you. Yep, that direction. That's creating clearance.
Okay.
Okay, and it's also bringing the scoop towards me. Let me finish rigidizing. Okay, I'm rigidized.
And you have a ret on it?
I have a hand. Negative, no ret yet. Ret is in work.
Meir and Williams continuing to get the Lee into a good position for reinstallation.
Got two solid hands on it.
Okay, I'm going to release my ret.
Copy, release your ret.
My ret is released.
Be released.
Are you ready to take control?
I've got control.
Okay. You can pull it as far starboard as you can.
Okay.
You're going to need a little bit of clearance to get out of here.
All right, this is about as much as I got. It's right up against me.
Okay.
Just watch the arm. Can't.
I better get my BIT off here. Okay, I got it off.
Copy.
I'm going to come down and go under the APFR again.
Copy.
And Houston copies. We agree you're on track for your next steps of ingressing the APFR. Once you're free from this space, Jess will also get a safer handle check when able.
Copy?
If you're just joining us, we're continuing to bring you live coverage of the 280th spacewalk outside the International Space Station as part of maintenance, assembly, and upgrades of the orbiting laboratory. Today's spacewalk is being conducted by NASA astronauts Chris Williams and Jessica Meir and is the second spacewalk for Williams and the fifth for Meir. Our spacewalk is at the 5-hour and 13-minute mark, and so far the crew has worked together to complete a majority of the spacewalking tasks for today. That included the retrieval of a spare joint to be installed on the Canadarm2. That's joint number 5, which performed some malfunctions during normal Canadarm2 operations on May 27th, which included elevated motor currents and did not move as expected. NASA then worked alongside the Canadian Space Agency to determine the issue and decided a spacewalk was required to replace that joint. So the spare joint was retrieved from outside the International Space Station. The latching end effector cluster was removed in order to get good access to that joint number 5, at which point the failed joint was removed, the spare joint was installed, and now our spacewalking duo is working to reinstall the latching end effector cluster after grabbing it from that temporary storage location. Repairs to robotics like the Canadarm2 are normal and expected after more than 25 years of continuous operations, and the system was designed with replaceable components and planned maintenance in mind. Here on your screen you do see a view of NASA astronaut Chris Williams wearing the spacesuit with the red stripes, and he's serving as EV1 today.
I think I'm hitting this
Yeah, I got bumped and I just went
I'm hitting the pump module again.
Okay. Something bumps and my beer key just bent over starboard.
I'm going to try to move my arm.
Meir and Williams are working to get into a good placement in order to reinstall that latching end effector back on the end of the Canadarm2 following the successful installation of that joint number 5. The Canadarm2 was launched on April 19, 2001 on Space Shuttle Endeavour and was installed April 22, 2001 by Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield and NASA astronaut Scott Parzynski. The Canadarm2 has been a workhorse for the International Space Station program. The arm is utilized during certain spacewalks, is used to capture and berth the Cygnus spacecraft, and can be used to remove and reinstall external hardware, including experiments outside the International Space Station. This is not the first time that a spacewalk to complete repairs and upgrades to the Canadarm has taken place.
I feel you on the Lee.
Previous Canadarm2 maintenance spacewalks included one on June 13, 2002, as part of STS-111, where astronauts Franklin Chang Diaz and Felipe Perrin replaced a wrist joint on the arm. On October 5, 2017, Randy Bresnik and Mark Vandehei replaced one of 2 redundant latching end effectors, or hands, and on January 23, 2018, Vandehei and Scott Tingle replaced the second of the 2 latching end effectors.
And I got moved away from you.
I'm going to impart force up Zenith.
Copy.
Starting some more Zenith motion to get to the scoop.
Yep.
A little bit more.
Watch the joint 5.
I see it. Can you come toward me at all?
I can let go of one hand.
That's okay, because I have one hand on it.
Letting go of one hand and pushing towards you.
And we'll need a ret swap to Jess.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a ret on it, and I have 2 hands.
Got 2 hands on a ret. Okay, I'm going to take my ret off. Good for that?
Actually, why don't we start rotating it? Because right now, it's getting very close to the 0.5. If we rotate it, then have the 90 degrees, it's going to clear that.
Okay, yeah, we can, that might be better if I could get into my APFR for that.
Okay.
Can you hold it here for a minute?
I think so, if you think we're not impacting 0.5.
We can rotate it up a little bit. Now, why don't we bring it aft a little and rotate up a little bit?
Okay, keep rotating.
Okay.
I'm in a good position. I'm stable.
Okay.
I have control.
You have control.
I have control.
All right, I'm going to take my red off.
Sure.
My red is off, and I'm going to release. Good for that?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm released.
Houston's following along.
Yeah, feel the vibrations through ESP for sure.
Yep.
And we do see it, NASA astronaut Chris Williams on the top of the screen there, again in the spacesuit with the red stripes. He's just handed over the Lee, or latching end effector, to NASA astronaut Jessica Meir, who we can just see the top of her helmet and a portion of her arm there in the bottom part of the screen. He's going to work to get reconfigured and back in his articulating portable foot restraint, or APFR, and then they'll work together to get the latching end effector reinstalled on the end of the Canadarm2. In order to reinstall the Lee, they will use that pistol grip tool, which has been used quite frequently during today's spacewalk. They'll drive a series of bolts into the Lee, as well as install fasteners to ensure a tight fit.
It's going to make it difficult soft dock from this vertical position.
Okay.
But there's nothing we can do about that right now, so hopefully you can take control. We actually might be able to get into soft dock on this transfer, I think.
I think we can.
Okay.
I need you to bring it a little bit towards me, and then I can get one hand on it. I got one hand.
Copy.
Okay. And then I'm going to bring it a little bit more towards the joint 5.
Okay, I'm going to switch hands.
All right, I'll hold, stand by. I got 2 hands on it.
Okay. Okay, let's finish the orientation.
Okay.
I know you guys are getting close to soft dock. Can we get an inspection, if able, prior to soft dock?
I already got the joint 5 side, Chris.
Okay.
You roll this to me a little bit. I can get it.
Yep.
I see it. I see no FOD. I see everything's clear. Good pins. Looks good.
Thank you. You can continue.
Roll it back. Okay, and then slow, hold. Okay, it needs to then roll towards me.
Concur.
Yep, so come a little bit that way. Go a little bit more towards me. Okay. Okay. See, good alignment.
See good alignment. Can you get any in?
Almost. See if I can. 4 is mostly in. 3 is not, okay, 3 is fully in. 4 is fully in. You get any in?
And from this view, we are seeing a good view of the soft dock that has taken place of that latching end effector on the end of the joint number 5. It still has to be fully installed using the pistol grip tool, but you can see that those two are now aligned back up.
Okay, one on the 5 I think is in.
6 doesn't feel like it's in all the way.
Yeah, 4's in. Yeah.
Meir and Williams will work to verify that everything is lined up properly before they utilize the pistol grip tool to secure it, the lead to the joint number 5 that was replaced earlier today.
This is kind of coming in and out, but just by a few, less than a centimeter.
I'm not sure.
I think I'm in all the way on 6.
He looks all the way in. 2 does not look all the way in.
I wonder, I'm going to try to reorient if it's just a hex. There we go. Try spinning it a little bit, Chris. I spun this one and it went all the way in. I think it was just a hex, not.
Oh, yep, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, he's been tracking. That's exactly
so
what we were
go to drive it,
going to suggest is that the hex just wasn't aligning on the other side. So it sounds like now we have all the EDFs pushed in. You can verify that to me, and we will get both PGTs.
You can see 3 and 4. 5, I can't really see that well. That's the one underneath.
See 6, 2, and 1.
Copy. Good checks on all EDFs with the exception of 5 for visibility.
Yeah, and I don't want to pull on the arm or anything. That's just low down.
Okay, we've talked about that briefly, and we're happy with this config to start driving. So Jess will have you with the ERAD PGT, and Chris, you will stay with your PGT. Chris, the first bolt is yours. It'll be EDF 4.
Copy.
And with that, the ground looks happy with the Lee installation on top of the joint number 5 that was swapped out earlier today. So now it's time to bring back out the pistol grip tools for the last time for today's spacewalk.
Okay, I've got it.
Copy, got it. Ready for settings for the 6-inch wobble.
Chris, your settings are Bravo 2, clockwise 2.
Bravo 2, clockwise 2 is set.
Drive EDF 4, approximately 5.5 turns.
Copy, EDF 4, approximately 5.5 turns.
Good read back.
Okay, I got torqued out at 3.5 turns. Green light, 16.0 on the torque. Washers are flush.
Copy. We'll call that a good initial drive on EDF 4. So, Jess, you can verify settings Alpha 7, clockwise 2.
Alpha 7, clockwise 2. I'll have to recal.
Chris, you can get set up but do not drive EDF 3.
Copy, setting up for 3. Do not drive.
Cal task, good LED test, battery 39 volts.
Copy.
And tell me those settings one more time, Jenny.
Jess, your settings are Alpha 7, clockwise 2.
Alpha 7, clockwise 2.
Good readback. EDF 1, 11 turns at the PGT.
Caught in my wet caught in my PCB.
Now approaching the 5-hour and 30-minute mark into today's spacewalk, and NASA astronauts Chris Williams and Jessica Meir are working to reinstall the latching end effector cluster on the Canadarm2. Today's spacewalk is the second for Williams and the fifth for Meir, the 280th spacewalk in support of space station maintenance, assembly, and upgrades. Today's spacewalk is the third of 2026, as well as the third for Expedition 74.
Copy. Your PGT won't drive. Let's double check settings. Alpha 7, clockwise 2.
Turned off again. The hand is definitely nowhere near the end of it, so that's... Okay, try again. Okay, Cal pass, good LED test, 39.3 volts.
Copy. Can you pull the bag down?
Yeah, let's stand by.
That is caught.
The bag's usually caught up on something.
So many reps here that, yeah, they keep getting caught in each other.
Meir and Williams taking a quick pause from driving those bolts to reconfigure their workstation and clean up some of the RETs, or retractable equipment tethers, that are used during spacewalks.
I can't get the bag out of the way. It's caught on something.
It should be okay for now, where it is.
Okay, I'll leave it.
And again, my PGT is not driving.
Copy, we're talking.
Is that clockwise 2? I think it was in between two settings.
Oh, yeah, clockwise 2. Yeah, the collar error. Yeah.
Was it clockwise 2?
It was clockwise 2.
Okay, I think it was just in between.
Okay.
Okay, now. I'm well past my 13 turns. At 15, that I have not torqued out. You can see that the bolt is seated well. It looks like it's all the way in. Should I just keep driving?
Let's keep driving, Jess.
An additional 5.5 turns on the PGT. It does not appear to be going in. I'm going to take my PGT off and reassess. Seated all the way, but it's definitely not all the way tight. This is a very, was I not in the other body position when I drove these in Juliet? I'm having a much harder time accessing from this body position. try a different
We're just
angle?
checking on what
I noticed
position.
for some of these too, where the top bolt got.
Yeah, Jess, we're just checking what position you were in before to be sure. My recollection is that you were in the vertical position, but we would be okay if you reassess your body position with a different roll. Maybe even the intermediate of kilo could help.
I have just a different PGT position right now. So I think I'm going to try that if you're good with more turns.
Affirm, we are good with more turns.
And Meir going to get a little bit of a different position here with her pistol grip tool and see if that doesn't do the trick. We are now entering a orbital sunrise, so we'll start to have a bit better of a view of the crew and the work that they are doing to reinstall that latching end effector to the end of the Canada arm.
Yeah, it doesn't seem, it's not going in.
Short handover.
And we are in a bit of a handover period between our satellites here, but we'll regain views and communications with the crew here shortly. Back on the ground, the team here is being led by NASA Flight Director Fiona and Koviak.
Free spin.
Is that like?
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
So I'm spinning the catch knot. It's just free spinning though. I mean, So one question for the ground, Jenny, would be, so on one of these, when I released it, it released after like half the turns it was supposed to. And the other ones, I did the full 11 turns. So I wonder if they were all actually released at a much lower number of turns, so that we did significantly drive, you know, the cap nut end. But now I am, you know, it looks like it's fully in, and I'm spinning the cap nut to the right, to which it does seem to be just free spinning the EDF, actually.
Yeah, we're following along, Jess. We see that free spin, and we follow your train of thought, too. The free spin is particularly unusual to us, so we're still talking.
Okay. We move on to another EDF and save this one for
Jess, we're
later?
talking about that still. Our crib sheet is saying that potentially this is not fully seated on the internal hex head. I know you mentioned that. We just want to double check that when you spin it around, does it change if you are pushing it in and spinning it? Like, is it possible to get it seated?
Chris, I'm going to get rid of this PGT. Oh, you can't. I need two hands. So I'm going to let go of the PGT. Let it go back to the rag.
And we're talking if it is still free spinning with this check, we are going to move on to EDF 3, which is the EDF that Chris is positioned on.
I mean, all the way in, but it is still free spinning. So like if I hold on to the head, try to turn it to a different position in the hex, it just free spins. So it doesn't seem to be turning in conjunction with the rest of the EDF. Does that make sense?
All right, we follow. Thank you, Jess. We are going to continue to talk to it and potentially come back to this EDF, but for now we will have Chris drive EDF 3, 5.5 turns.
Copy. Bravo 2, clockwise 2 set, EDF 3, starting turns.
Good read back, and Jess, you can get set for EDF 6.
And with that, EDF number 1 not quite installing as expected. The team on the ground is going to take a look, but for now, NASA astronaut Chris Williams has been given the go to continue and drive the next EDF, that's EDF number 3, using his pistol grip tool.
Maybe, I'd say stand by one for a second. I think you see the same problem with EDF 6. So I'm wondering if maybe we are off kilter here somehow. If you're also working out too early. Oh, actually, okay, no, I don't see the same signature with 6. It's in all the way now, and it is not free spinning.
Houston copies.
Okay, let me finish torquing off 3. Okay, 3, I got green light, 3 turns only. 15.9 on the torque. It's flush, the washers are flush.
All right, that is a good bolt. Thank you, Chris. We are go for EDF 6. Jess, 11 turns at the PGT expected.
Copy, Chris. I'll need your help with the PGT.
Yep, stand by.